Greetings, everyone. Please give a moment to make sure everything's set up. Twitter is going with you. YouTube thumbnails up to date. Twitch. Oh. Nope, I forgot to update Rumble again. And Rumble. I'll just keep it open here. Give me another moment to double check my other computer. Is that horse? And looks like everything's go. So, let's get started. Got a handful of replays. Hopefully they just work. There we go. Greetings everyone, and Great here. I have another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on bottom left side as blue, I want to say Canadians. We have Germans. Okay, I was going to make a joke and I completely butchered the joke by making the actual mistake. Spawn on top right side as the red Ottoman. We have a foreign name. And my apologies, I just realized... There you go, much better for me to control. You notice, well, I had my computer go through an update, and looks like everything's going fine, but I'm always paranoid because the updates tend to screw everything up. For our Germans, we don't have an active deck. For the Ottomans, no active deck just yet. He is going to go for the trade post here. We do got the House of Vaza deployed on the field, and that is the same for both sides. The House of Vaza can give you access to a trickle increase, as well as a village gathering rate for a duration, as well as the Roar Arquebus and Winged Hussars. And some torps. Lost on the field. He is taking time to collect up berries. These are blueberries, which should collect up pretty quickly. See, 0.84 food collection. That seems about right. Is red or blue is gathering up some mace here, which is settler wagons do collect a pretty good rate. Let's see if we can't find a regular villager. There it is. Which does collect up 0.92, so it is better to collect up the local fauna rather than for the berries, so this is probably an oversight by the Ottoman. Either way, we do have a shipment of village on the way, and we got fast fortress, fast industrial with a weird symbol between, I'm guessing. We got York's villager, or not villagers, city defenses, capitalism, more villagers, wood coin, Sabeki, frontier defenses, Pelag infantry, wood coin, Sapahi, cavalry archers, cavalry combat, Albus guns, falcon nuts, advanced frontier defenses, fort, and moss constructions, covered wagons, more Sapahi, Albus guns, great bombards, factory and factory. So we got, looks like definitely a defense deck for Age 2, definitely going for fortress or industrial. Oh, looks like I got Buck. Buck the Tame Wolf gained some bites on that explorer, whose name is foreign. Brown Bear's name Brownbeard, and the German player is Ludwig Krombenberger. I don't know if that sounds like a randomly generated name. I have no idea. We got a land deck for the Germans. We got settler wagons, more settler wagons. Cords of wood, more cords of wood, coin, crossbows, Doppelin soldiers, team cavalry attack, cavalry hit points. So got looks like a cavalry deck. Wood coin, skirmishers, more skirmishers, Uhlans cavalry combat, war wagons, German black riders, Hessian Jaegers, Bosniaks, more settler wagons, heavy cannon, factory. So it looks like we have a potentially fast and fortress deck with a cavalry focus. in which the Ottomans do have a number of anti-cav cards, or units, I should say. The Cavalry Archer is something that I believe he has some cards for. He does have Cavalry Combat, but not full Cavalry Archer. But his barracks does offer some good anti-cavalry tools. Janissary is, of course, a Musketeer variant, but I'm also more referring to the Azaps. Azaps do have, what, bonus damage against cavalry at range? I think at least heavy cav, or is it all cav? And not to mention the Nazim Fusilier is also another good heavy infantry unit, good against cavalry. And I think one of their stances does offer good multipliers. So I think a barracks-based composition for the Ottomans is good. Definitely avoid the Grenadiers and obelisk guns in this situation, because Uhlans are pretty much a guarantee. Shipment of coin being shipped on in. We've got the Quartermaster, the Master of Quarters. The cell collecting the berry bushes, I mentioned beforehand, it is inferior collection rate to the moose. In fact, he does have one village on moose. Actually, oh no, it's collecting the same rate.
Aufgabe?
Huh. Do Ottoman villagers collect the food slower since the villagers are free? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm missing something. We do now have a shipment of coin being shipped on in. We do got the steel traps for the Germans. Maybe he actually, I wasn't paying attention, but he rushed out the hunting dogs. I could be just making an oversight there. That is very likely, because I'm not like the brightest person. You now have the Exile Prince being researched, and the Germans going forward. Significant amount of research, including the stagecoach. The Ottoman player has not deployed out a trading post there. These trading posts are providing 26 experience per shipment or delivery. Not shipment. Uhlans being employed in the field. I cast Age of Empires 3 every single Friday. It is one of the games I do cast and stream. We do have the Ottoman player, Ottoman Explorer now down. We got Buck here. Buck is still pretty healthy. And in fact, he's at full health. And now we do got a fast fort being employed on out by the Ottoman player. Now the shipment's available as well. Maybe if he's going very defense, he could go for advanced frontier defenses. Let's see, the German player is not deploying out anything at the moment, so he's eyeing for an age up. He has enough coin to age up, just needs a lot more food. Bring a shipment of wood there as well. He is a little bit, well, he's at pop cap, so may need to get a house or 3. Or it's actually being deployed behind his town center. The German player has a shipment available. The Ottoman player has quite a bit of food. I think he's going for the fastened industrial. He's probably go for shipment. There's a shipment of coin. He doesn't have the Silk Road card, so it doesn't get improved shipments. Additionally, he is at 18 villagers since his villager production is slow, but free. Got a church being pulled on out. Oh, this is the Fin edition rather than the older version. But there's nothing wrong with old games. After all, Company Heroes 1 is also a pretty old game. I cast it, and Company Heroes 2. In fact, it feels like all the new games are just not good anymore. Company Heroes 3 is not great, for a prime example. We've got a very fine coat being researched for the German player. Got the Uhlans moving around, heavily collecting Collected this gold here, a coin. Villager takes a hit. He does not have the great coat. Does take some fire there. These Olans are not veteran, which if he's not really planning to deploy them out in mass at the moment, probably a good idea. Extra stats right now probably won't be that useful. Actually, may allow him to kill the villagers one less shot. Now we got the industrial. He's going for the tycoon, which will give him a bit of a coin rebate on his age up. He does need to collect some more wood. That is a huge problem, and he's also at pop cap, so he needs, of course, enough wood to get out another house. So there's a shipment of wood. Probably should pay attention to the shipments. Also, I think Age of Empires 3 is actually older than 10 years. It's probably closer to 20 years old at this point, isn't it? Either way, we got the Ulans. Took a bit of damage there. We do have a round of skirmishers. We got a artillery foundry there. He needs some falcon nuts to help engage the fortifications. Skirmishers will not be good for the fortifications. Going for shipment of war wagons. Going for more units. But nothing here will be enough to engage the fort. Autumn player's going for nice shipment of wood. He's going to get out a good number of villagers onto wood itself. I wonder, is he eyeing for a revolt? Wait. He has enough wood and food for a revolt. Is he eyeing for a revolt? He needs another large amount of coin. Trying to kill some of the deer. He has a tycoon, which means coin. They got 10,000. He is actually going to have enough resources for a revolt. I think the Autumn player is going to revolt. I'm not expecting that. What countries can he revolt to that would be useful? What countries can you, or I guess not necessarily countries, but states, colonies he revolts to? He's going for a ×2 town center. That's probably a good idea. He may want to make sure whatever he revolts to, he can maintain the free villager queue at least. This will be useful. He has enough resources to revolt now. There's the covered wagons. And I'm assuming he's going for a revolt. I have just no idea what he's planning to do. Ulan's moving around. There's mercantilism, which will give him a bunch of shipments. At least, what was it, 2,000 experience? What, 3 shipments? Almost 3. Oops, sorry, I hit my microphone. He's now going for Palace Intrigue and Mosque Constructions. He wants to get those before here. I'm still assuming for a revolt. I have no idea. He has a good number of villagers on coin. He does not have city defenses at the moment. Another shipment's available. Let's see if he invests it. Usually you probably want to get your factories out before your revolt. Sorry, you may have heard my drink opening up. He may not be going for any factories, unless his revolt destination has at least one factory, then maybe. I don't know. This is me just not sort of confused what the Autumn player is doing. Pair of heavy cannons, that'd be very useful. The German player has aged up. Wasn't paying attention to what, though. He has 2 falconets that may have been the aged up falconets because he doesn't get Germany can't get the falconet card. He just invested a whole. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong player. He's building a market here, going for some wood. There's the Palace Intrigue, bringing a shipment of great bombards. Oh, there's... Okay, he's going for all the mosque research. That's what he's going for. He's going for the New Order infantry. We get some Nazim Fusiliers, some more Great Bombards, and I don't know what that's called. Let's see. First one, we'll give him a large round of guard, and also gives him up to guard Nazim Fusiliers. They have siege armor, and right now, depending on the stat, they get different... Oh, they changed the icon. I could have sworn it looked a little bit different. Gunpowder, heavy infantry, range, specialize and utilize different advantages and formations. We got a pair of Great Bombards. They're very fine. Picks up an Explorer. It's at full health. Settler Wagon taking severe damage. There are some advanced Sipahi. Another pair of Great Bombards. He has 5 Great Bombards. Got a good number of heavy cannon. They do 25% less damage versus artillery, so they do 150 damage. These guys do have 450 health, so take 4 shots from the heavy cannons to kill them off. Culverins are, of course, a little bit more effective, trying to overrun the siege weapons. Guard Nazim Fusiliers have the anti-artillery capability on. They have good anti-cavalry melee, like any heavy infantry. Guards, Sipahi do go down. We do have the veteran war wagons push way forward. A good light cavalry. Culverins dealing some damage. They do 160 damage versus artillery, which is will allow them to 3-shot the Great Bombards, and they're stacked up there. The Ottoman player's going for a factory, and now he's going to try to charge forward in melee. Heavy cannons do go down. The 2 Great Bombards remain. Got a round of veteran skirmishers, which are, of course, anti-heavy units, but they, of course, get annihilated by cannon. He does have a good number of villagers queued on up, but he's maxed on villagers. He needs to get that fixed at the mosque. Might as well get that going as well. Don't think the first level of research shouldn't be too expensive. Going around and guard Nazim Fusiliers. The German player's at 25 villagers. Of course, he does have a good number of settler wagons, which makes him +4, so he's at 29 villagers. Veteran Uhlans wouldn't be good versus the Great Bombards. Not so great versus the Fusiliers. Great Bombards fire around with war wagons. They're pretty healthy. One war wagon does go down. Here comes the veteran Uhlans. Does take out both the Great Bombards now. Explorer does go down there. Going for the German player's going for a factory of his own. And all the Nazim Fusiliers do go down. He has gotten an increase of villager production. And now going for mass production, and eyeing for mass producing Great Bombards. Against, he knows his opponent's has a cavalry deck as much as like the heavy cannons, and so as the Great Bombards and all the other variations. In this situation, it's probably not that great because he's fighting against a cavalry-based deck. He needs to go for some AZAPs, in which they cost wood, so factory wood production may be better. And the factory's up front, so it is very exposed, not protected by the fort. More Uhlans in Clawed Field. These villagers could get hit. He perhaps could bring some militia. Does not have frontier defenses, so can't bring in conscription. Nor does the town center get the bonus damage. Or extra damage, I should say. Factory here. Villager down, probably a fresh spawn. War wagons moving their way around. Nazim Fusiliers, I don't agree with. Some of these villagers are getting hit. War wagons do have 50% less damage versus villagers. You may want to use a crack shot here. As these villagers are getting hit, the Ottoman player has now done 23 villagers. We'll soon get another round of 3. His opponent's going for no more villagers. He'll also get enough time, the Ottoman player will pull ahead. Mortar being deployed now. And this free Great Bombard does go down. And looks like the Ottoman player backs the game. I could have sworn he's going to revolt, but I was just simply wrong. This is Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And I'm also going to clear this out and scroll down a little bit. Wrong button. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the north side as the blue Maltese, we have 765469460. And spawn as the red bridge, we have Abdukshori 401. And that seems a little bit too sensitive. One moment. And there we go. Looks like both sides sort of. 2 cows. I like cows. There's actually a number of cows that can be tamed. Maltese have not selected deck, nor has the British. Let's see, we don't see any mass wood collection, so not going for any sort of immediate mana boom craziness.
Ready.
He says it's ready. Or name for this Grandmaster, well, we got Stefan Rallick. For natives map, we got the Apaches, which give you access to a ranged cavalry, good against cavalry. And over here, we do have the Comanches, which give you access to ranged cavalry, good against cavalry. I really don't like the sometimes native designs, like they are basically the same thing. 9090. This one's cheaper, Horse Archer. The other one maybe a Rifle Rider variant. And we do have a deck selected, 1v1A, which does include Villagers, Woodwood Coin, Longbowmen, Musketeers, Scots Guards, Team Grenadier Guards, Cavalry Damage, Cavalry Hit Points, Advanced Arsenal, Villagers, Wood Coin, Longbowmen, Yeomen, Coldstream Guard, Hussars, Cavalry Combat, Falconets, Refrigeration, Rangers, Concrete Rockets, Factory, and Factory. The Maltese. New deck type selected. It is a foreign name for a deck. We got Wood Trickle, Food Wood Coin, Pikemen, Crossbows, Infinite Fan our allies, also the native Greek Sentinels, Flamethrowers, Hospitality, Dren Redden Towers turns your outposts into, or allows your outposts to deploy out units. As well as basically get 2 outposts as well, so it's basically 2 war huts. Vitorosia, crates of wood, crates of food wood coin again. Infinite pikemen, infinite crossbowmen, that's interesting. Steel bolts, archaic soldier combat, squires. I love it's also the Age of Empires 2 icon. More precisely, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition version. Infinite shipping supplies. It gives you 2,000 initial, then 1,300 after. Food. Russian tongue, pikemen, and factory. This deck is unusual to say the least. Let's see. Which gave you Orpich next, Russian tongue. This is the only tongue he's going for. That is a horrible way for me to say that. But Orpich next are raiding cavalry. Good against villagers and good against structures. So this is probably going to be a siege unit. It has archaic units and maybe flamethrowers. I have no idea how this is going to go for the Maltese. The Governor versus the Quartermaster. German for wood on the way. British has gone for King Saws. And now I've got 16 villagers there on wood, so he's eyeing to really mass produce manners. However, he only has 1 villager on food. He needs to get a bit more because he's getting, what, 60 food per minute, which is not enough for villager production. I think it's like you get villagers produce every 20 seconds. No, that's Age of Empires 4. I forget the exact train time for villagers.
Commandment?
I'm just gonna highlight this. Either way, they cost 100 food, and I'm pretty sure you need like 200 food per minute, at least. We got shipment of wood and pikemen being plotted by the British. Hunting doggos and the placard mines for the Maltese, and bring a shipment of wood and coin. He's deploying out a handful of pikemen as well, which will give him some good siege damage. Pikemen, British pikemen at this moment in time is interesting, and maybe trying to harass some buildings, maybe trying to siege down some trading posts, but his opponent has nothing in the field. Maybe the pikemen... I think maybe the British player is poorly scouting out his opponent, because I don't think pikemen are going to be super useful. He may just harass some housing, try to be a bit of a homewrecker. We do now have the steel traps and the amalgamation research on the way for the Maltese. The longbowmen and villagers on the way for the British. As a shipment available, you may not use that shipment, wait, and when the pikemen push forward, scout his opponent. I thought he had more pikemen as well. He 31 population, 21 population, so he has more pikemen somewhere. There they are. 8 pikemen does offer a decent amount of siege damage, 32 times 8, so basically 2400 plus 8 times 6, so 5600 damage per volley with a siege. We can easily take out a hospital and housing. But then again, if attacking anything that doesn't fight back will be easy killing.
Yes, sir.
And here's a weird thing about pikemen. They may have +2 range, but overall, they have less DPS than a villager in melee combat. Villagers have 150 base health, 20% range or melee armor. Pikemen have 120 health, 10% melee armor, and 8 damage, while villagers have 10 damage. I am not joking, but villagers have better melee strength than pikemen. But of course, if you're getting outnumbered, that's pretty effective. He does go and bring the militia. Militia do have decent damage, and plus they have range. So they could perhaps just keep their distance away from the pikemen and pick them off. We do now the outpost wagons, probably for Redden Towers. So now with this hospital, you have 3, field queues. And he needs to push on forward. The longbowmen and pikemen can quick. All this one, he's going to lose this outpost right here. Some of the militia starting going down. This outpost will go down, or maybe not. Pikemen can make short work of it. Some of those militia starting going down. Not losing militia is actually a bit of a problem. Militia have good damage. Sentinels do offer good damage as well. They offer good health. Overall, they're pretty cost effective. They only cost 100, same cost as a musketeer, but they just overall very high quality. What makes them downside to them is they cost 2 populations, so they're population inefficient, but very population or cost effective. More Sentinels on the employment field. Sentinels are going to be an excellent defensive unit, but they will be hit by the longbowmen, which are to get bonus damage versus heavy, as well as have great range. Oh, I just realized something as well. My Twitch stream has a wrong game set. So I'm probably going to fix that in between games. Longbowman firing away. He does have a decent defense force, but he's simply way outnumbered. Longbowman, like crossbowmen, have very little bonus damage against heavy. They're more of a Their range is what their biggest benefit is. More pikemen being purchased by the British, and as well as shipment coin. Going for more sentinels here. He is not building any villagers most, so may want to continue getting them building. And may need to get another house relatively soon as well. Does get a shipment of crossbows here. Crossbows are like longbowmen, just have less range and a little bit more health and less range resist. Those will get gunned down. Some of those units are getting hit. The outpost providing some decent fire support. That militia does eat quite a bit of arrows there. Longboom do not have good siege damage, so not going to be very effective versus these outposts. More sentinels being on the build queue. Another round pikemen for the British player. We do have now the square formation. Does take a bit of damage there. Pikemen do offer great siege damage. Another round of sentinels there. Longboom being forced on back. And now the British player can age up. And he's going to be aging up with the Adventurer. He's going on an adventure. We now have the Thanar allies, which are a skirmisher. He also may want to get the repair ability onto this outpost, but he's probably lacking wood for that. Trying to push the way forward. Pikemen also engaging. Evazon's now pulling the field. They are more of a counter unit. They have low base damage, good multipliers, and good health. They do also have only 16 range, so it's not too long compared to other skirmishers, but they of course have more health and good range resist to brawl. They will be effective versus the pikemen. They will not be really effective versus those longbowmen having very little damage. Owl's taking some damage. There's Thanar allies have poor siege damage. Crossbowmen has even worse. Sentinels have decent damage for their cost. Siege damage. Does torch down one of the manors now. Has a shipment of food on the way. More longbows been being put out on the field. British player has a shipment available. Has now aged up. I didn't hear the drum effect. Got a shipment of longbowmen, 10 longbowmen, along with the additional longbow being put on the field. He will simply just have a lot. Another group of longbowmen being poured on out now. Maybe you're timed up to these longbow employment. House down. He has plenty of spare housing. Veteran longbowman is going to be very important here. There's a shipment of longbowman. Has 34. And I think actually a bit more back here. So 39, I believe. And one pikeman. One guy with a pointy stick. The Grandmaster is slowly picking away the Explorer. Some of these longbowmen are in cover formation, I believe. We do now have a shipment for the British player, Yeoman. He adds +4 range attack maximum range So now these longbows will have up to 26 range, which actually is very significant. Also gives a plus 50% damage versus heavy infantry. Adds a little bit of line of sight. Also gets applied to the rangers.
Commandment.
But these will soon be at 26 range, which is very significant. That's what? Same range as falconets?
Yes.
They also are a veteran right now. And they do also have improved attack speed.
Yes.
And that's the range of longbowman. Very nice. Spore does go down. He's just using the cover formation. Does not increase their range resist. Red does get a volley there. One longbowman does go down. Does get a round of dragoons, which is... He may just be demoing them out so his one doesn't counter with hussars. Dragoons need to keep their range. It's not really worth sending them in. They're meant for countering a unit. And it looks like blue does back out of the game now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And of course I keep on hitting F10. Please give me a moment so I can update my Twitch screen, because I realize I have the wrong game set. There it goes, this has updated. And the local cows are being bopped. Greetings everyone, and great here with another... I'm starting to draw a blank. Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawning bottom right side as the red Hosua, we have Crispy Butt PhD. Spawn as the top blue Japanese, we have a foreign name. And I realized something, he immediately bopped one of his cattle. Cattles do offer pretty good gathering rates. Or what if that was a misclick? These guys do offer a little bit of influence over time. And we do also have a deck immediately selected for the Hosua. We got EM, we do got Villagers, Robin, Wrestling, improves Villagers' hit points, attack, speed, in melee combat, Hosua Kingdom, Kaluki Code, Coin, Influence, Dane Guns, not familiar with that, Magadi, attack and train speed improved, now costs partially coin and influence, reduce the influence cost, get a bit of coin cost, Alice and Mina, Berber allies, Sudanese allies, Jukuwana, a number of villages and Girots, coin, semi-fattened cows and livestock market, Sarkin, Dragoda, Magadi hit points increase, and Magadis inflict more melee damage against cavalry. It looks like I got some sort of Magadi deck. Emir of Kano, another Emir, Loyal Warriors, Magozuwa, Yards inflict more damage. Instruments now intimidate enemies in greater area. Higher Kurani guards. Mercenary cavalrymen. Skill in the use of muskets. So it sounds like they're a light cavalry. They may be heavy range cav. Berber allies. Sudanese allies. So we got more of those. Infinite villagers. Infinite influence. Drabura parade. Dodo cult. Here's hit points. So we got Magadi. Girots. And Zinner Kunuris. Shipped a number of Kurani mercenaries, dragoons. They also be Charles trained from the palace, and with a partially cost coin and influence. Interesting. For the Japanese player, we got a foreign name for a deck, which involves the Heavenly Economy, 7 Lucky Gods, rates of food, wood, coin, Yumi Archers, Yumi Archer attack, Samurai attack, Oni War, Extensive fortifications, Daimyo Mototata, villagers, Way of the Bow, Naginata Rider hit points, Bloody Harvest, Yasuma Archer attack, Team Otsu mortars, increased damage of artillery, and equips samurai with a small siege mortar. Huh, not sure how that works out. Wait, it's also a team card? So it makes your teammates samurais can also get affected by this? All artillery damage by plus 10%. That could be very interesting team games, to say the least. Bakufu, Warring States, Royal Mint, Refrigeration, Veteran Battery, Yasumar Shiro. Also increases the range, Mountain Castles, and Shogun. So we got a more of a defensive deck for the Japanese player. Definitely Yumi Archers, with a chance of going for various cavalry capability as well. He's aging up with the Toshugo Shrine, which will give him access to 2 exports when completed, and will act as 2 shrines. The Husua are aging up to the Moroccans. Livestock Valley is almost at 100% for the wood. And now we got the Husua, bringing the Husua Kingdom and the, of course, the Moroccans. I already mentioned that. Got a Buttercup, the pet cougar. We do have the Portuguese allies here as well. Trim of wood. Sorry, you may have heard my drink sort of cracking a little bit. Oh, he has also got a pet as well. We got Buck. So Buck versus a Buttercup. Who is better? Buck does have base health of 115, 10 damage. Versus Buttercup. That's not Buttercup. That's Crispy Butt. Buttercup has a base health of 90 with 12 damage. So it looks like Buttercup does more damage than Buck, but Buck can take better hits. 10% melee armor versus 10% as well. Another shipment here. Going for the coin. Chaos ability was utilized. These bears are being a little bit unbearable. And now the Husua can age up again. The Husua is aging up with the Husua. And we'll seal these bears. Porcupine quills they probably got poked in the face with, or their butt. Enough influence being brought on in. Japanese player is not aging up the moment. Or just go around just doing a bit of a manor boom. Not manor boom, shrine boom. Barracks not being pulled on out. And we'll claim this here. Quicksilver. Don't drink that Buttercup. We do have, of course, University. No Palace deployed on the field. Now got the Ardent Iron Axes and the Tribal Societies research. Red is starting to herd these deer towards this town center.
Shirya.
نعم.
We got the Gideon Katana now being employed on the field, which is a palace. Duda getting some wood upon aging up, has now a shipment available as well. He does, I remember he had a shipment of influence on patch on the ground, or has been already collected on up. He is going for the Emir Kano, so he's going to get a round of Magadi, another Emir, and of course a cow. Cows are glorious. War camp now being put on the field, and a hut. We're going to now have the Shogunate being put on the field. We'll give him Daimyo Masamune, as well as 300 experience. The 300 experience, of course, will give him a shipment. Right now, he's pretty getting experience pretty quickly right now. Water wheel being researched as well. There's the Daimyo. Has a shipment available. We know his opponent's going for a Magadi, which are a gunpowder heavy infantry unit. It has no multipliers against they have melee attack mode as well. It doesn't look like they have any bonus damage versus cavalry melee attack. What? It almost looks like an AZAP variant, honestly. Got refrigeration now being researched for the Japanese player. These guys do also have 43 siege damage, which is pretty good. They are classified not as mercenaries, so they're just good, powerful units, elite infantry. Portuguese allies gave some Portuguese baristas, crossbowmen. And got disciplined samurai being shipped on in. Over here we got the Dane guns, improve Magadi's attack and train speed. The shrines going on down. We do now have the Team Otsu mortars. Give him improved siege damage of his samurai, who already have pretty good siege damage. I'm going to have to click on one of those samurai and see their range. That's base. Regular range is just 6. Samurai being built out now. And now these Magadi have 50 damage, which actually is quite significant. They are expensive, 200, but only 1 pop, so that's pretty cost population efficient, to say the least. Yumi archers here. That was more Yumi archers. Oh, did he cancel the samurai? I could have sworn he was building some samurai. Oh, no, they're way over here, aren't they? So he's going to flank around with the samurai. Their siege attack is now 12, which is decent, twice the range of torches. And now these Yumi archers and crossbows are pushing me forward, getting some good damage onto these various heavy infantry. Though the elite raiders would be effective versus them. Red, I'm not sure if Red actually realized these guys are here. He may not be in vision of a samurai. Samurai ought to make short work of structures. Now they have 88 siege damage. Okay, Red will spot these, at least the Daimyo, pretty soon. The mosque does go down there. Trainers are free, but they don't last very long. Raiders cannot engage samurai. Town center will quickly go down. Gonna take time to slice apart these villagers. Samurai do have decent siege damage or AoE damage and melee damage. And those villagers do get sliced a little bit. Now get inside the town center. As I has 15 villagers inside. The samurai is slowly whittling down his opponent and slowly being whittled down. University taking some damage. More Magadi being put on the field, as well as more samurai for the Daimyo Masamusa. Or Masamusa. Masamun, or however you pronounce that. Isn't that like a name used in a large number of like RPGs as the name of a sword? Usually involving water or ice. We got some Sudanese allies. We gave them some Sudanese dervish, which I'm not sure if they're light infantry or heavy infantry. I think they're heavy. Another university and towns that are here. These, of course, are range forces. Those annihilate that villager. These forces are not moving around. Need some raiders in this region. More raiders on the build queue. Oh, that coin has been consumed. Royal mint for the Japanese and more samurai. Villagers take some hits there. The Japanese players at 30 villagers. The Su is at 27. I'm going for the increased Magadati hit points and damage, melee damage against cavalry upgrade. There's the dervishes. They are a light infantry unit. They have increased attack speed the closer to enemies. They have 1 attack speed for their melee attacks, so they're ready to shank stuff. The damage is only 11, which is better than the Yumi archers. Samurai push way forward. Samurai do have a AoE attack, so they are very effective versus these units. Samurai is starting to go on down. The Emir's on the build queue. Samurai taking some damage across down those villagers. Going for a trading post now. Daimyo is still over here. Going for another round of shrines. Got a decent amount of cows here. Many of them are fully fattened, so you need to start trading. Though honestly, some of these are fully fattened, he could start eating. They are providing a decent amount of influence, so maybe he is just trying to let them provide influence instead of just trying to sell them, which actually could be a good idea. Market cows spawned with 10. You don't need them to work at the market to get influence. And saying he's gone for quite a bit of influence cards, so maybe a good idea to actually get more fattened cows. The max amount of cows you can get is 20. Ymir does go down. Emirs are classified as heavy calves, so they will be ripped apart by the extra bonus damage of the samurai. More elite Magadi being put on the field. And Daimyo's way down here, which he may get drawn towards. He may just want to let these guys samurai die rather than try to keep on running. Trading post is not built here. So he could perhaps get the trading post there in order to improve his influence, right? Sherman Villager's being brought in for Japanese player. Right now he's at 39. His opponent's at 28. He's going for villagers and Girots. And +1 cow. More samurai being put on the field. Sieging down the university. University taking some severe damage. But he will take it down. This may give indication that there's a daimyo there or something. University does need repairs. It says University also has a melee attack? Okay, nope, that's just a bug. University does go down. More samurai. Emir's about to get redeployed. Thank you for the follow, Remy Tony. Oh, I butchered your name, my apologies. Samurai chasing down these villagers. Girots are tooting their horns. And against these small number of samurai, they can do quite well. Elite Raider finds a single villager there. Another villager trying to use her bow. Does not save her man. We got the sentries now pulling on the field. Going to be stabbing the raider. Now that the Magadi's moving around. Or at least moving forward. I think there's a hut. Japanese player not pulling out anything at the moment. Of course, do have shrines there. Buck is inspecting the shrine. And the Japanese player can actually age up, and is going to be aging up with the Golden Pavilion, which is being pulled out right in front of us. Golden Pavilion, upon completion, will give him 10 Yumi archers and give him some various configurable bonuses. More Yumi archers being pulled on the field, which will be effective against the Magadi, who actually does bonus damage versus mercenary at range. Got a number of rice paddies there. He didn't actually have any shared orchard rickshaws on his deck, so he has to rely on the rice paddies. Now I got the Yumi archers engaging. Magadi's are pretty healthy at the moment. The Yumi archers need a bit of a front line. Cancels the Golden Pavilion there so he can pull out some more units. He's out of wood. He needs to get a gold-based unit. Or buy some wood. His market's right there. There's his round of units. Now I've got a shipment of the Portuguese crossbows. Right now, Villager's getting hit pretty bad. Let's bring out the irregulars. He's deploying up. There's a round of samurai. It's more of a desperate amount of samurai. You're also classified as an infantry and healing unit. Raiders are pushing their way forward. I think, oh, he's building more samurai over there. He's going to try to do a base race situation. We got these villagers migrating around. A single samurai here. More Yumi archers spawn out, which won't do all too much. Monastery here. I'll go for some mercenaries helping defend, but it's simply whatever he deploys out won't be enough. Over here, we do now have these shrines being cleaned on up. Samurai, of course, have excellent siege damage. Can't be distracted by villagers, but also villagers can run around build buildings. There's the dervishes. Councilor does go down. More of these infrastructures kind of going down. We do, of course, have some infrastructure up here. But the Japanese items or base is just getting ripped apart. I think all of its remaining villagers inside of this castle, yes, 20 villagers idle, 20 villagers in total. While the super does have 46, his other outlying town centers, and his villagers are much more alive, so he can easily just run away. Although Mogade is finding a way there. He's taking some good damage there on the palace. Putting more stuff up here, trying to get some more housing space. Does lose the palace. And has 2,000 influence. He has a shipment available. He could go back to go for the Berber allies. That is a light cavalry. Maybe these mercenaries. He's going with the mercenaries. It says the armor for rifle, which so I think they're a light cavalry, but it says also they're heavily armored, so I'm not so sure how they are. Red's not falling back, letting some of these guys torch down the various other infrastructure. Japanese player has some villagers here. That's his only villagers. Looks like Blue does claim some of these cows, which could, if he can manage to steal these cows, he can eat them, which will be a... No, wait. He's... can't eat, even herdables. Never mind. Japanese can't eat any sort of meat. Except for fish. Where does, of course, get ripped apart by a samurai. Some of these guys can hit, and now the daimyo's even push way forward. Samurai's here, rotating all around. Where did those mercenaries even go? Are they way down here? Binari guard. Yeah, it looks like a light cavalry. Yep, just light cavalry. Doesn't seem too spectacular mercenary unit. They do have decent health, 3 population space. Compared to war wagons, they have less health. They just seem worse than war wagons, honestly. Not sure if war wagons is a good comparison for them, but that's the closest light cavalry 3 population unit I can think of off the top of my head. Daimyo is being pursued. The light cavalry, however, will be very good versus Daimyo, since it is classified as heavy cav. Red's tasking his cows to this town center. And since they are alive, they provide a decent amount of influence. He has a decent amount of influence stored up as well. More stuff is being torched on down. Got consulate being rebuilt. The Japanese player just doesn't have anything. Japanese player at this point in time should probably just back on out. There's nothing much. Yep, I think Japanese player just backed out now. So this is Angry saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. Before I get started on the next replay, I do need to use the restroom, so please give me one moment. Looks like you may have sent me a message. Thank you. Let's go ahead and on to the next replay. App I have it. Just do this, make sure it's smooth. There we go. Greetings everyone, and great here of another H-Bars 3 replay. So on bottom left side is the blue French. We have Abduk Okori 401. On top right side is the red Russians. We have Zaguri Ko. Trademark. We do have only 1 days on the map. We got the Somalis, which can't give you access to the Somali Drood Militia and Somali Isa Warrior, and the Askari, some mercenaries. And yep, still just Somali up there. In which so let's take a better look at their research. We got Somali coinage giving. See, trader routes are improved. Villagers and fishing boats gather coin faster. We do have foot archers and infantry armed with rifles attack faster in melee. So light infantry attack faster in melee. So more self-defense for your light infantry. Somali Adroni engineers increase the limit of fortifications. These units' warships inflict more damage against frontier fortifications. Hide shields. All infantry gets additional armor against range, and all hand infantry becomes cheaper. And Somali lighthouse and outpost, docks, trading posts, line posts greatly increase, enables lighthouse ability to be used. The Somali trading posts, which cause all enemy fortifications, trading posts, docks, and naval units to be reviewed for a short amount of time. No deck selected yet for the French. The Russians do not have selected deck, but does have a shipment available. Going for their Rusa Karen. We've got infinite food, dueling school, wood trickle, economic theory, food wood coin, Streltsy, new order regiments, boyars, advanced arsenal, fencing school, cavalry school, sustainable agriculture, ransack, recruits, cavalry combat, falconets, royal mint, refrigeration, textile, Poitars, boy soldiers, factory. Red will kill off monkey to steal his den of mongoose pelts. And the French has selected a deck called 1v1. We got couriers, economic theory, more couriers, wood coin, crossbows, hussars, team cavalry attack, team cavalry or not team cavalry hit points, Woodlands warfare, wood coin, team Singalis, riflemen, skirmishers, more skirmishers, cuirassiers, cavalry combat, dragoons, falconets, refrigeration, heavy cannons, and factory. I wonder, the infinite food crate is interesting. I know this doesn't like the Spanish have something that can affect, as a politician, can affect the initial crates. I wonder the Russians have something like that as well. Hunting dogs now being researched as well. Another shipment available. Oh yeah, you can get like a really fast production time infantry as the Russians. You may just go for those 2 cards and just like, oh yeah, I'm under attack, just spam out everything. Starting to age up, or maybe. And here we go, we do now have the quartermaster being researched. The French is eyeing for the quartermaster. Local doggo will go down and will steal his Abcadia, or however you pronounce that. The French player is eyeing for a bit of wood, so probably going for barracks, I'm guessing, or maybe stable, to get some stability in his life. Pocket of mines being researched by the Russians. Pawnee Scout is the village scout. Stefan Sakchev, however you pronounce that. And Amy Nicolette. I have no idea how to pronounce any sort of name in this game. He is going to get some stability in his life. Going for some hussars. So it'd be a good idea not for the Russian player not to pull out the Streltsy card. We got now the local kitty cat now being picked off and be stealing his dragon blood trees. Heard a bit of gunfire. Okay, he's trying to spam up the hussars. I just don't want to hear that spam clicking. Nope, his age up did not affect the food crate like the Spanish can. Villagers being produced. Going for a house here. Here comes the hussars. The French bring a Shimmer coin and also going for some hunting doggos. More villagers for the Russian. He has plenty of food stored up. He may be going for Shimmer coin next. The Explorer does spot these hussars. He has no defense. And goes the Shimmer coin. Boyars, cavalry. Just scout attacking. Not the hussars. Boyars increase the cavalry archer hit point and damage. Cavalry archers, Cossacks, and Orpachiniks. Or however you pronounce any sort of name in this game. Villager going down. And the scouts getting on the fun. He is losing a decent number of villagers now. Blockhouse going on up. Bringing Shimmer forward, bringing a round of recruits. Oh, there's a blockhouse over there. So, 2 blockhouse deployed on the field. The French explorers there. Looking at the Ethiopian wolf and an exotic doggo. That explorer maybe from the Black Sea Fleet. Oh, that's the French one. The Russian one maybe from the Black Sea Fleet. In which, if you've ever read that story is a weird one where the Black Sea Fleet trying to sail to Japan for the Russo-Japanese War. Black Sea Fleet had a very strange journey.
Готов.
The French players aging up with the Exile Prince. Has quite a bit of food stored on up, going for a bit of wood, so maybe aiming for some pikemen or crossbows? We do now have the New Order regiments giving increased health damage to Porshix, recruits, and Streltsy. And he's going for more recruits. He needs to age up relatively soon. His opponent has aged up. He's pretty far behind. They lose a good number of villagers. He had 15 villagers. Opponent is at 21, and these are French villagers as well. Barracks now being built. We do now have a house here. A giraffe goes down. Clearly a mythological beast. Who expects a animal with a 10-foot long neck that has a leopard printed skin? Clearly it's more magical than a unicorn, which is just simply a horse with a horn. But in all seriousness, I remember reading a joke about that. It's like, how on earth does a giraffe exist while unicorns don't?
Что?
After all, it is basically giraffes are a very long-necked, leopard-printed, skinned animal. The world is weird. So funny enough, the term unicorn actually does the rhinoceroses actually their scientific name is like unicorn something because it means one horn. Either way, we've got a French town center now going on up, further solidifying his villager lead. Skirmishers not being pulled out by the French, which should be very effective versus all of these recruits. I thought you researched New Order Regiment. It says recruits have plus 10% health, but I don't see plus 10% health. Narwhals exist. I suppose that's true as well. But... oh, it's just damage, not health. No, it says plus 10% hit points for recruits. But I don't see the plus multiplier. I think this card may be bugged. Attack and hit points increased by 10%, but these recruits didn't get any increased health. I don't think they even got increased damage. Am I going crazy? The Streltsy didn't get any plus health or damage as well. What's going on? Is this card bugged? We do now have these Hussars. Took a little bit of damage there. You know what's funny as well? Your comic is on from Kick, you can see. And believe it or not, you may be one of the first people who actually commented from Kick and not be a spam bot. Either way, we got some Cossacks here. Red engage skirmishers, slowing a little down. Hussars push way forward. Need some damage there. Streltsy are not going to be super useful in this fight. Recruits could go into melee mode and help engage those Hussars a little bit better. But overall, they're just doing a great job of just gunning down the skirmishers. Red overall will win the fight thanks to those larger numbers. And the skirmishers just didn't do enough because they were getting tied up in melee by the Cossacks. We now got another round of Cossacks being blown on the field. There's more recruits. More skirmishers being blown on the field. Cossacks will be very good in that situation. The Russian player is still at age 2. And now with the bishop for the Russian, it will allow them to move diagonally a little bit better.
Готов.
Готов.
The trade post by providing 52 experience. Got some dragoons being pulled on out, which will help him fight those Cossacks.
Что?
Fun fact, you know hippos are one of the most dangerous animals on the planet? They have a pretty high kill. They kill a lot of people each year.
Приказ?
And they're definitely not herbivores. In fact, there's hardly any 100% herbivores on this planet. For example, deer. A deer, for example, they do eat birds, and like a ground bird nest, they will eat the birds, chicks, and eggs. Additionally, I remember reading stories of where
Готов.
the scientists or whatever scientists who studies birds were catching tiny little birds with mist nets, I think the term is, in which they had trouble where deer just kept on coming up to the mist nets and just eating the birds. They also chew on bones to get a bit of phosphorus. There's actually, yep, Bambi would eat birds. Skirmishers do get a nice volley in their recruits. More Cossacks been pulling a field. He has a decent number of dragoons here. And those dragoons just won't go in melee mode or just trying to block those Cossacks from getting skirmishers. Probably a good idea. Recruits could push on forward. They're musketeers, so they like to shoot anything that moves. One recruit does go down. More villagers in the queue. He does have a shipment available. Maybe falconets would be good.
Готов.
Recruit's probably not super great. Ransack, probably not so much either. But yeah, I'm thinking Falconets would be pretty good, though he could go for Cavalry Combat, one of those two cards. Another blockhouse there.
Приказ.
Cossacks are starting to engage. While Dragons do bonus damage to Cossacks, they still receive a bit of regular damage from the Cossacks in melee. Recruits Streltsy push forward. Streltsy will provide some bonus damage versus the Dragoons.
Приказ.
Cossacks doing a good job engaging those skirmishers. Dragoons taking some damage there.
Что?
And when I say Streltsy do some bonus damage versus the Dragoons, keyword on the word some. Because Streltsy are, of course, designed to be cheap.
Приказ.
That doesn't mean it's not a good idea to spam them out, because they are cheap. You have still that one shipment there. The French bring in some Falconets, as well as more skirmishers and Dragoons. An artillery foundry being built here now. He's just holding on to the shipment. Is he going? Not sure what he's planning to do. I do notice as well, he does have the sustainable agriculture and textiles that improve his plantations. Raw mint and refrigeration both affect plantations and mills as well. Additionally, refrigeration also does affect your rate of collecting up herdable animals. It's like one of the only upgrade cards that affect that. So, definitely go for refrigeration before it goes sustainable agriculture, because 20% is better than 15. We do now have the Falconet and the recruits being put on the field.
Что?
Artillery foundry here. Grenadiers are heavy infantry, so maybe not great versus skirmishers, though they do have 50% range armor. Maybe just more Falconets, or maybe Culverins if he can't have any trouble dealing with his opponent's Falconets.
Что?
The Streltsy will soon be annihilated by these Falconets.
Приказ.
There's his own Falconet shipments. They're reloading. Okay, they're no longer reloading. Another round of recruits. Blockhouse taking some fire. Shipment recruits still on the way. Going for a Culverin. Both players have paused village production. The French is pretty close to aging up. Cossacks taking an opportunity to go for the Falconets. Skirmishers don't encase them, but there's not many Cossacks here. The recruits pushing forward. Falconets finds a volley there onto the skirmishers. One Falconet does go down, one French Falconet. Does count one of the Russian Falconets to go down. And there goes the French Falconet. The Russian, of course, does have one Falconet remaining, which will provide him good defensive position. But right now, doesn't really the French player does have more of a counter force to his current composition. Oh, we got more recruits, so he's just going for mass recruits. Going for some of the Opportunists, a raiding cavalry. They have excellent siege damage and bonus damage versus villagers. 64 siege damage is pretty good, and times 3 versus villagers, so they're basically the Lancer version of versus villagers. Not to mention, they do actually get a bit of bonus damage versus artillery, so they're a good anti-siege unit as well. Refrigeration, I do like that card right now. Well, the best one he can get out at the moment.
Готов.
Orpingenics, or however you pronounce that, I'll push way forward. French villagers do offer a bit of extra health. He has not gotten the very fine coat, so they don't have extra health. Does take out 2 of the villagers. 3, 4, 5. These villagers not even get inside the town center. So it looks like he got 5 villagers. That's actually very significant.
Газ.
The Russian player is at 33 villagers. The French is at 39. That was a very good calling. Oh, we do have a secondary town center for the Russians as well, right over here.
Готов.
Orphanchniks do find the Dragoons. Orphanchniks are, of course, a specialist unit, not really meant to engage Dragoons. They're counter.
Что?
They are classified as heavy cav as well. Does take some damage there. Has a culverts on the field. Going for another culvert. He knows his composition is mostly composed of infantry, which is very vulnerable to artillery, hence the extra culverin. He's going for some cavalry archers. Ground dragoons now being pulled out by the French. Some skirmishers and recruits engaging. There's the falconet, a little bit exposed. Villager will spot the dragoons. Dragoons slowly whittling down these forces. We've got some halberdiers. Right now, I don't like the positioning of the Russian player. He may just have to lose his falconet. There's the veteran cavalry archer. Dragoons engage in melee combat, but they do get ripped apart there. Halberdiers get forced on back. Falconet's still alive. Recruits taking some fire. More cavalry archers, which will be countered by the skirmishers. I don't know why he's actually going for cavalry archers. They're light cavalry. His opponent's not to play on heavy cav.
Готов.
I'm sure does take a hit. The Russian player does have a shipment available. Maybe gonna either go for Royal Mint or maybe Cavalry Combat. Royal Mint. And looks like he's at pop cap as well. Can't apply move villagers. He actually has quite a bit of wood. I would say he's perfect can revolt, but he is not in age 4. How revolting. French is aging up to the Tycoon, which will give him a bit of a coin rebate. And he's going for his own refrigeration. What card should the French go for first? Heavy cannon is very attractive, honestly, but the factory is also pretty nice to have, so any card should do. The Russian player almost has enough. He has enough coin to age up, needs a bit more food. He gets out some more food, glorious food. There is a zebra, which is a bastardized horse, which is not even close to a horse. Frontier blockhouse being researched. Wait, and he's going for a whole lot of recruits. He's spent all of his food. He's not eyeing to age up right now. Rapidly gathering up more and more coin. Oh, I'm not sure. He doesn't have the church research. Not sure what the church research is for the Russians, but I am not sure what he's eyeing. He's going for a mass amount of coin. Is he getting out a saloon? I don't see a saloon back there. Maybe he's going for a good amount of cannon? Cannon wouldn't be half bad. He has built some mills. Going for some mill research right now wouldn't be half bad, because right now, 0.8's not bad. Not super great, if compared to his opponent, who may have some more hunts on the field as well. If I can find any. There they are. Opponent right now is at 1.56, so much better, but granted, they're also French villagers, so also are better as well. There's a shipment available. The French is at age 4, has a massive reserve of all resources. He could go for Imperial. It's expensive. Going for the various arsenal research now. Fencing school now being researched. I wonder what mercenaries he could bring on in. Oh, French villagers getting hit by the cavalry archers, but do less damage versus villagers, 50% less. So those villagers become porcupines pretty quickly. There's a pair of falconets. He has 2,000 coin. He has over 1,000 wood. I have no idea what he's doing. Taking a pretty nice volley there from the falconets, the skirmishers. Howdy, thank you for the... That's why YouTube subscription notification. Nope, thank you for the follow, Swordhold next. Recruits engaged, we've got the halberdiers here. Cavalry archers engaging dragoons. Falconets firing away. Recruits getting a little bit surrounded. More recruits are here. He has nothing to do with Q, with thousands of other resources on store. I'm just not sure what the Russian player is doing. He's going... He has a good amount of... Why is he eating so much wood? He doesn't have church research. What am I missing? I have to be missing something. Why on earth is he going for 26 villagers on wood? He's... Can't revolt yet. He's going for, of course, more mill technology. And he's out of hunts on the side, barring right there. Plenty of hunts actually here. Hippos are not hunts. They're guardians. Guardians of that a bloat of a very hungry hippos guarding an assortment of recreational balls. Is that wait, is that the plural term for hippos? A bloat? Of a group of hippos? Is that really what a group of hippos is called? A bloat? I never knew that. More villagers, going for some falconets, going for veteran recruits, which is a little bit late. I'm just a bit confused on what the Russian player's doing. Still confused. Going for the natives. Going for zone mill research. There's a factory. He's going for all the native research. So is the Russian player. Oh, we do have some of the Voltjägers, or however you pronounce that, the Royal Guard skirmishers.
Готов.
Приказ?
Still has 2,000 wood. There's an arsenal, church here. Sustainable agriculture. But there's no church research. What is he planning? Both players are just massing on up. The French player could be a bit more aggressive. But right now he doesn't want to lose and get counterattacked and then just straight up lose. He has a decent amount of coins stored on up and wood. He could eye for a revolt of his own. We do now have the Team Singalis for riflemen. Nice amount of walls.
Приказ?
Здравствуйте.
He's starting to put more and more villagers on food. I don't like how he transitioned. I mean, if can't speak. He could have collected some berries there. He didn't have to immediately go for those mills, and I don't like the pacing of he was collecting the wood to transition to mills. He's now aging up to the Logistican. But his food economy is now pretty good. Right now they're at 1.21 food per second versus opponents at 1.39. A little bit lagging behind, but there are of course French villagers. Somali coinage, got a good number of mortars being called the French, very nice. I'm still wondering, is he gonna revolt? Everything just sort of lined up as for a revolt. Will the French revolt? Needs more wood and coin, but he is collecting up those resources. And the factories are providing coin as well. Got some guard culverins being put on the field, as well as some natives. It's going to be probably one final battle. Both sides just building up. The French is at pop cap, so he may want to be aggressive. Needs more coin before a revolt. And that's assuming he's going for a revolt. Logistican, I forget what the Logistican provides. There's an estate.
Готов.
Maybe in that fort wagon there. Bastion, villagers. French going for some various research, standing army, mass cavalry, of research that we don't talk about, and the town watch. Mortars moving forward, which can make short work of the factory, or not factory, fort. Bookkeeping. Needs guard recruits. Right now they're just veteran. He's going to be fighting against Royal Guard. One of these guys looks a little bit different. Oh, it's the Malajarud Militia. Which does offer a decent amount of siege armor. Some of the Falconets are going down. Culverins taking some hits. Royal Culverins have all gone down. Recruits are not in good numbers, so they're starting to disintegrate. The Russian player has one shipment available. Needs more wood before a revolt. They want to go for the factory. And that's just assuming it's a revolt. I just don't know. He has too much food at the moment. He needs more plantations. There's basically no coin left on the map. Dragon's now trying to hit the culverins. And it looks like the Russian players just getting overran. Going for more recruits. There's more recruits. He's going for Streltsy. They're just drillets, not even veteran. Recruits are going down. More seeing the blockhouse. The Explorer goes down as well. And I think the Russian players just getting overran. The mortars will make short work of the fort. Doing 625 damage versus everything, barring some things. Charles will get a bit of bonus damage versus these Guard Dragoons, but they're, of course, they are industrial age units versus colonial age. Recruits getting annihilated there. Too much food. May want to go to the market and sell off some of that food. The factory, he has one factory on the field, another factory on the way. It'd be a good idea for him to get heavy cannon against all these skirmishers. He has some horse artillery, that could be decent. Dragoons now push way forward, has no way to protect the horse artillery from the Dragoons. More recruits. The French has a massive reserve of resources. He could try selling off some coin in order to get out Imperial Age. Frontier blockhouse being deployed out here, but it won't go up. Now go down. You have the factory wagon here. The factory is being deployed up. He does have good training time, quick training time. He has defensive school, does not have dueling school. And he may or may not have the church research, the standing army. Warpage Nix actually are a good item. They do pose damage for siege, but they're not connecting. They're attacking one unit, but getting caught up on another unit. So they hardly did anything there. 4 patrol there. Bookkeeping for the French. Water powered. He's going for wood with his factories. There's a lot of revolts that can make use of just a food-based unit. I kept on saying revolts, but at this point in time, I think revolts the only thing he can do. He has only food, and that's basically it.
Готово.
There's enough coin for a revolt. These culverins need to keep their distance. Oh, Culverin takes out the Royal Culverin. Mortars firing away. Or howitzers, I should say. Let's see, investments purchase stuff with wood. I'm not sure. Maybe with some structures. Crew's getting some shots on the Dragoons. They're doing 25 damage per shot. The Dragoons are doing 36 damage per shot. More recruits on the build queue. He may have a good ratio for his recruits, because he does have 41 villagers on food, 21 villagers on coin. So he may have a proper ratio for recruits, and maybe it gets out his dueling school, he can just start spamming them out. With the church research, I think they're like instant production, aren't they? But here comes recruits. Takes out some of that infrastructure there. Recruits do find the howitzers, and that will help prevent his buildings from going on down. They're taking some damage. Not going to melee mode. He's getting picked off there. Another round of recruits push way forward. As this culverin trying to push forward for a counter barrage, but not being microed. Has a shipment available. I think dueling school is what he needs. He needs the mass production. He's going for a round of horse artillery. He has enough wood for a revolt now. I still believe heavy cannons are the way to go against all of these skirmishers. Culverin's trying to rotate around to hit these howitzers. There's some infrastructure here. The Druid Militia do bonus damage versus siege, or those are the Issa warriors, not the militia. Culverins, however, the way are down. 3 howitzers remaining, 1 Royal Culverin there. There's horse artillery. These guys are very stacked up, so they get annihilated. Pretty good volley there. Dragoons trying to push their way forward. Howitzers engaging the artillery foundry. Some more walls going up to protect his villagers. Starting to lose some of his plantations. Does not have enough coin for an age for a revolution. Horse artillery push way forward. Recruits good to get some melee hits on the dragoons. He's just focused on the horse artillery. Got some warriors not being pulled out. Oh, he has gone for Imperial Age. I missed that, but now got Imperial Dragons being put on the field. I think he just got Imperial, Imperial Volkjägers. The Russian player does have shipment available, and looks like the Russian player backs out of the game. This Angrade saying, think watching, and on to next replay. There's overall questionable gameplay there from the Russians, I would say. And I'm going to take time to restart the game, because the longer you play on, the more like the sound bug develops, and it's usually about this time I get the sound bug to develop. So I'm just going to preempt that and not have a bad replay. Or a poor quality replay, I should say. Oops. That is the wrong button. And while this is booting up, I'm going to use the restroom. Please give me one moment. My apologies. Oh, fish. And on to the next. A little bit too sensitive. Game options. Roll speed. And here we go. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another HBARS 3 replay. As well on top left side is the blue French, we have Captain Mazin. On the bottom right side is the red Mexicans, we have Videk, or Vidic. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Like I can do with most names in this game. Now here's the next question. What are the chances the Mexican player is going to revolt? I have a feeling it is 75%. Either way, when it comes to natives on the map, we do have the Berbers, and only the Berbers, which includes my favorite native unit, the Salty Camel. There's also, of course, the Berber Camel Riders as a light cavalry, and the Berber Nomads as secondary villager. No deck selected just yet, and over here, nothing there as well. When it comes to explorer names, we've got Vincent Victoria, which probably randomly generated. And up here, we do got Marie Antoinette. She's going to lose her head multiple times this game, but she does beat up a monkey and steal the mongoose pelts. I also have monkeys going to stay warm in the night in the very cold desert. Looks like Red's going to be taking out some hyenas, the exotic doggos, and will steal their parrot eggs. French player has a shipment available. Let's see what card he goes for. He does go for couriers, economic theory, couriers, wood coin, crossbowmen, range infantry hit points, hussars, and cavalry hit points, wilderness warfare, edicts and nanet, Irish brigadiers, wood coin, skirmishers, cuirassiers, cavalry combat, dragoons, falconets, refrigeration, couriers, heavy cannons, factory. For the... Yep. Yep, the 100% chance he's going to revolt. How revolting. We do have two Cog Eco Dervman. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Independence Revolution movements. Hacienda Settlers, I can't pronounce any name. Band of Aguala, Food, Coin, Cavalry Combat, Falconets, Liberation March, Refrigeration, Textile Mill, Mexican Standoff, Wood, San Balas Battalion, Los Coladeros Battalion, 33 Insurgents, Refurbished Firearms, Reversa I can't pronounce any name. Heavy cannons, factory, fast factory, and the Spanish sympathizers. And something I just realized as well. Insurgents. Let's see, refurbished firearms, which improves the soldados, but reverses improves all insurgents with muskets, improve their train speed. So probably turns them to from a pikeman variant to a musketeer variant. Not sure how effective they are. And based on the cards here, I have a feeling he's not going for an H2 revolt, but I'm thinking it's going to be an H3 revolt. Because why else would he go for the food and coin? Unless Mexico can't... Wait. Oh! No, what? I may take that back. I think he's gone for these cards is because there's, what, too many cards here? So maybe he can't go for any more H4 cards here. That's why he threw in a bunch of H3 cards. Am I incorrect about that? Possibly. Very likely. Or he is going for an H3 revolt. He is aging up with the Taro. Vote for that. I could do with any name. We got a trade post here. Sharing trade with the French. Who wants to share anything with the French? Over here we got the quartermaster. So be killing out the honey badger and steal his kvass or kazava. Kvass is Russian alcohol before vodka, because vodka is made from potatoes, right? And potatoes, actually no, this is Age of Empires 3, so the Russians can get potatoes for the for vodka. Potatoes are native to South America, I believe, or Central America. And along with corn, aka maize, is one reason why most famines actually stopped in Europe. The robust corn, the corn is a robust plant, but even more robust potato makes it a bit more resistant to various droughts. Oh, there's revolt. He has revolted to, was that Central America? I always get the names wrong. Yep, Central Americans. Most famines fade away in Europe when the potato was introduced. Here's a problem with the potato famine. Irish was still net exporter of food. It was honestly, there's a reason why there's a good argument that it was actually a genocide event, because the British mishandled it so bad it could be malicious. They exported more food than they imported. It wasn't sure, the potato was important, but it was actually British mismanagement. That's the problem with the potato famine. Oh, either way, we do now have the cathedral wagon. Got the Hussars charging the way forward. We got the Padre and the General here getting some damage on the Hussars. The blind infection caused 100,000 deaths outside of Ireland, influenced much of the unrest that accompanied revolutions. Wikipedia? Quite possibly, but there's a reason why you should also not trust Wikipedia. They don't allow for primary sources, but if it's more of a historical event, it will probably is more accurate. But it also is a politically charged event, which is also, you may not want to trust Wikipedia. After all, Wikipedia even considers WikiLeaks as not a legitimate source when they are the gold standard for sources. But I can also be proven wrong. There's a reason why it can be debated, because the British mismanagement over Ireland was really bad. The only problem is, if it's malicious, then it actually would be considered genocide. If it's not malicious, then it's just complete idiocracy. Cathedral's taking some damage and will probably go down. Insurgents not being put on the field. Cathedral does go down there. A bit of a loss. The Cathedral is 200. The General goes down as well. One shipment available. And there's a shipment of coin. Villager does go down. We do now have the insurgents now pursuing the Hussars.
Mande.
We got a single insurgent now trying to bop this lady in the head.
Listo para pelear.
Each shovel or trowel. Not trowel. Or is it a hoe?
¿A dónde nos dirigimos?
That looks like a hoe. Oh great, way too easy to make a joke. Eat hoe, you hoe. Yeah. That was a horrible joke. I regret nothing. I was going to keep him back. Central Americans a bit more one of the tamed revolutions since you keep all your villagers.
Je ne peux pas bouger.
The Explorer does go down.
Mande.
Church is now being built.
Necesitará más que eso para
Quien
mantener
busca
la
salvación y nos protege con sus manos milagrosas.
Ibex does get killed off there. One shipment available. Not sure what he should go for. One Falconet's probably not worth it, especially when he's fighting against Hussars. Insurgents are a good enough unit against the Hussars. Maybe the advanced frontier defenses? Or just frontier defenses? That'll help him chip down the Hussars moving around. Let's see, other things like that. Settlers become revolutionaries. Not really a good idea at the moment. Ships additional settler for each shipment so far, which is a one-time shipment. Of 6 villagers, ship soldados. You receive free petard with all future shipments. That may be a good one there. Who doesn't want free petards? Oh, no, he's already returned to Mexico. Which basically makes it a fast industrial. We got a round of dragoons there. Just keeping the shipment for him. Comes on back. There's a number of cars you can bring on in. Let's see. You can bring in the 33 insurgents. That may be the best card he can go for at the moment. 33 insurgents would allow him to help engage all the various cavalry units with sheer numbers as well as countering. And they move at a decent pace. And soon we shall hear the glorious Mexican music, which is one of the best themes I think in the entire game. Maybe the best. And now it's going to the fast factory, which does have a bit of a premium cost to it. You also got a pile of books. I'm gonna take out that trade post. Dragoons moving around. Books will get another shipment. That's probably one reason why he went to fast factory first, because all the books there means he needs to now he can get this other shipment in and going. Trying to put up more insurgents. He may want to cancel one and go for 33 insurgents. He's taking some damage. He's going for the heavy cannon. There's just too much cavalry here. I don't think the heavy cannons would be a good idea. I think the insurgents. Get some fire. He does not need to collect up these books immediately since he has a shipment being shipped on in. And I think he just went for his town militia, or maybe cancel that. Insurgents now push away forward. There's the militia. There's the heavy cannons. They can annihilate those falconets. One falconet does go down, but he has a good counter here to the heavy cannon. One heavy cannon does go down. It's almost dead. 8 health remaining, so anything can finish that off. Militia bashing the Hussars' heads in the face. Does take another dragoon there. Does take out that Hussar there. The general or the pod. Okay, it is actually down. Wasn't paying attention, close enough attention to that. More dragoons here. Does take out a villager. Brings a round of insurgents. Going for the Los Coladeros Battalion, getting a Falconet and Soldados. Soldados are ×2 Musketeer. Dragoons taking some damage.
Mande. Hola.
Factory there.
Saludar. Ya. Mande.
He has a small army at least. His opponent has also a small army from going with the Cuirassiers. There's a mass another Cuirassiers there. A good heavy cav of AoE, good versus infantry. Soldados are a good musketeer, but right now they're just colonial age, not even veteran nor guard. While the dragoons are, of course, the fortress age. It's a good volley there. Takes out one dragoon. Oh, we got the factory. Oh, he's going for all the factory research. Do Mexicans' factories get advantages for going for all this research, or is there something I'm missing? Might be missing something. Cathedral going on up. I know the Italians get a villager per research. Don't know if the Mexicans get something. Oh, it gets a... Oh no, that's the Ibex there. He's going for all the research. Maybe missing something. Either way, got a French town center here, collect up some of the Ibex. Does find a good number of Mexican villagers, so these are going down. I see all the Cuirassiers, so maybe a good idea to go for some light cavalry, insurgents, or soldados.
Comandante.
You also may need to get the veteran, at least a veteran upgrade. Veteran upgrades are relatively cheap. Keeps the Falcon at bat because it's not going to do much versus these heavy cav. You can go for refurbished firearms, powerful grenade launcher that can be used when attacking at longer ranges. So it gives him an alternate long-range attack, which may do siege damage, help him with some of the range resist.
Mande. ¿A dónde?
Insurgents do have 20 siege damage, which is actually pretty good for their price.
¿Quién busca salvación?
But they will get one-shotted by the town center. One good reason why to go for guard insurgents, so they can take only 2 shots. So he's microing the factories. I've been seeing him switch between the various resources, which is actually pretty nice to see. Incendiary grenade research complete, middle guard as well. Inspiring flag. Another round of the middle guard here should be very effective for these units. Soldados engage in melee, gains great damage on the Cuirassiers. And the Mexican army will go down. Going for more soldados, as well as Cedros, who does have some milk on the field, or the haciendas, I should say. At least this one has 13 villagers on it, so he is taking time to actually really collect on it. Can't really venture out the map too far. He has 0.5 food per minute on it, so his food right now 0.57, so his food collection rate from that hacienda is poor. And now we do have food production from the factories. He may be eyeing for some insurgents. Got a bit of insurgency. Cathedral taking some severe damage now. Now got the... Oh, that does get cancelled. Militia down to 1 health. Spanish sympathizers not being brought in. They cost quite a bit of resources. That's maybe one reason why he's going. And a good amount of lancers could be very useful against all this infantry. It's these cuirassiers that are going to cause some big problems. These villagers getting hit by some grenades. After all, their body parts can blow in sunders like any other person. We now have the Lancers charging way far. I'm just going to call them Lancers, which will do excellent damage versus these units. Cuirassiers now trying to engage, as well as Dragoons. Dragoons will be very effective for them since they are heavy cav. Soldados are... I don't think they had the bayonets out. Some of them won't do. But now they get hit by those grenades. He mostly has food production, has a bit of wood, not going for any more villagers. All the Lancers now down. The Soldados will be next. He's going for Insurgents. And Grenadiers do have 22 damage, 4 AoE, so it should be very effective versus Insurgents. They have range resist rather than melee resist, so they take full damage from Insurgents. There's a round of Insurgents here, able to get some good damage on those Dragoons. Nothing else being caught by this barracks, and the factory is also exposed now. Going for more farming research. Trying to go for the Chinkos, which are the heavy cav. Decides to get out of the Hacienda so we can start working again. There's the militia. Mexican player does have 3 town centers. Looks like he's going to lose his factory, which is going to be a big, big loss. The French player has a lot more villagers. These factories are the only thing that's really keeping the Mexican player in. There's the mortar. Just want to keep on running. It's a nice asset to have, but it's not useful right now. Chinkos push way forward. They are classified as a Lancer, but they're getting hit by the Dragoons. Oh, and looks like he does actually the Mexican player does back the game. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And of course I keep on hitting F10 to quit the game. I have 2 more replays. These one I think are from the tournament. I just download a whole bunch of them, find the largest replays, and that's how I'm going to cast them. Not a big fan of tournament replays since they have, most of the time, they get uploaded and there are, of course, the whole series, and most of those games are pretty one-sided. Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. It's on the north side as the blue British. We have Frontline. It's on the south side as the red Germans. We have Ungurs. Look at that. Coordinates map, we do have the Cree settlement, which can give you access to the Cree tracker, a skirmisher, and the Cree Couriers des Bois, which is a French villager variant. And I'm pretty sure the same both sides. Yes, there is. So, while we're at it, why don't we just talk about the other upgrades you can get? Cree tanning allows you to protect your soldiers. All infantry and cavalry gets +5 hit points. Cree kinship, let's see, recruited much more faster. -45%, not probably that useful, honestly. And Cree textile craftsmanship, building time reduced, source cost for buildings reduced, wonders construction cost, or construction wagons costs reduced, but wonders build longer to offset the build time, but neither of them can build wonders. Oh, there's actually another native settlement over here I missed on the map. We got the Nootka settlement, which gave you access to some clubmen. They love to go clubbing. And the war chief. Huh. I wonder if you're limited to 1. It says elite Nootka warrior. Is that a hero? We probably will not see it whatsoever. But their research is reduced build time, reduced cost, food, and influence costs. Huh. minus 50%. Oh, he's actually is going to the trading post there. Minus 50%, and this native minus 45%. So potentially you can get minus 95% from all existing training here for the natives, in which that also probably gets affected by mass infantry. So we could see potentially instant build natives for pretty much any European civilization. That'd be interesting to see. Oh, and you get Loyal Nuka War Chief. Grants a powerful... Oh, wait. So this one may... Right, you don't see spawn points and able to retrain them should he fall in battle. Okay, so you may need to actually research that before you can get the War Chief. But either way, he is actually going for this. Maybe he is going for instant spawned natives, or at least 95% fast spawn natives. I have no idea. Usually you don't see a native build for the British, but maybe we will. For our card, we got NW Territory. I'm guessing that's the name of this map, Northwest Territory. Villagers, Greenwich Time. Villagers, Woodwood Coin. Musketeers, Scots Guards, Team Grenadiers Guards. The Cavalry Hit Points, Advanced Arsenal, Coin, Longbowmen, not Way of the Bow. Yeomen, Musketeers, Coldstream Guards, Hussars, Cavalry Combat, Falconets, Refrigeration, Frigate, Rockets, Factory. So he does get a Frigate card. So he does have a way to destroy your opponent's ships. 1v1 N1 not BF. I have no idea what that means. Which is screwing up. I can't even connect. I'm not sure. Oh, thank you for the follow, Bronc. I remember casting one of your replays before. Bronchoronium AoE 2. I'm pretty sure I did an AoE 3. Either way, thank you for following. Got Settle Wagons, Economic Theory, Settle Wagons, Woodwood Coin, Crossbows, Doppelin Soldiers, Caravels, Wood, Doppelin Soldiers, Skirmishers, more Skirmishers, Uhlans, Cavalry Combat, War Wagons, Frigate, Higher German Black Riders, Higher Hessian Jaegers, Polish Winged Hussars, Heavy Cannon, Robber Barons, and Factory. Let's keep an eye on the British player, because since we got natives obtained, you know, if it's possible for him to build, get this natives, he could try for the quick spam natives I mentioned beforehand, but I think this only affects... This only affects the clubmen, so he has to use a natives embassy for minus 95% possible, but he's going for more clubmen. You do have to research the Loyal Nuka War Chief in order to get the War Chief. So you have to pay 400. You get one War Chief for free, so you pay 400 to get out a potentially a hero. Training post under fire. These clubmen do have 28 siege damage, which is pretty good. They actually have a staggering 200 health, and since they're a heavy infantry, they should be decent versus cavalry. In which, of course, the German is more or less forced to get out Uhlans. And we got more clubmen here, so the clubmen may be a very good unit against the Germans. It does get around crossbows, which have half the health of the clubmen, but they do have the plus 25% damage, so in melee, they potentially do around 10 damage per strike versus these guys 12 damage, so the clubmen will still beat the crossbows in melee. Of course, not at range. The only thing they can do is hurl harsh language at them. Wood, villagers, and crossbows. We got more villagers and some musketeers. And he has a maximum of 16 clubmen to go clubbing with. War Chief does get some damage there, nothing too significant. Keep his distance. Pikemen have 8 damage, which is less than a clubman. That health is pretty good. These guys are relatively expensive. They are 100. Eh, not really. A 200 health for a frontline unit? That's not... I'm still a little bit mixed on these guys. And against the Germans, it does make pretty good sense to go for them. But 200 health is pretty good. Count Stellar is named that explorer. And James Hawkins. Starting to torch down the trading post. Oh, this costs 600 resources? It does reduce the cost of the units as well. A 600? That upgrade's a little bit too expensive. Maybe it should be a 300 resource upgrade? Not greater than 400. But 600? That's far too expensive. We do not have the British player aging up. The Admiral of the Ocean Sea. I think that gave you privateers, right? Which... Did that provide some shore bombardment here? Crossbows gain some damage from the clubmen. And the settlement does get torched. Crossbows push way forward. The clubmen do beat them in melee combat. Of course, they're having trouble getting the melee combat. This trading post starting going down. The trading post is also nice for Greenwich time. He has 3 trading posts for Greenwich time. Musketeers push way forward, so the clubmen starting going down. Over here, we got the Exile Prince. English has advanced next age. Admiral of the Ocean Sea does give him a caravel, which he's actually picked up some villagers and maybe claim the coin across the river. Additionally, the caravel can be acted as a fishing boat. There's no whales in this map, so you may want to not go too heavy on fishing boats, but going for something that's not a bad idea. Both explorers are now down. These forces are falling back. The militia have been deployed on in as well. And this trading post is going down as well. So the British player is losing quite a bit, but we'll have a nice secure amount of villagers over here. A town center over here can easily keep any hostile ships away for now.
Ready.
Musketeers will push the way forward over here. They would do just fine. Pikemen do less damage than them, and the Musketeers have a gun. Falconets there, very nice. Be very useful versus those crossbows. Going for the veteran Musketeers. Germans available. Both the German players also advanced to age 3. War wagons on the way. There's some war wagons.
Yeah.
Commandment.
British player has 1 shipment available. Oh, and has parked the caravel here. I would be half tempted just to send it to the fish to get some fish. Because after all, he's British, so he needs the fish for some fish and chips. After all, that's half the ingredients required for fish and chips. Down here, we do have now the Musketeers engaging these forces. Ulan's taking some fire. He's bringing a shipment of Musketeers, as well as more Musketeers. The caravel has some damage. He has no dock for health regen. It's providing some decent fire support against these war wagons. War wagons do not do bonus damage versus ships. I don't know what does.
Yes.
Caravel providing some decent damage. 75 damage every other second.
Yes.
Those can set a town center. Got some longbow blown out, which will be very useful against these war wagons. It's good volume them. Some more hits there. I think he just used a broadside attack there. Oh, 20 range. Oh wait, that is a frigate. I think the frigate's dead. There's the broadside, and now it's dead. I don't know why that seemed like that is a little bit too humorous for me. A bit of an ambush. Do now have Ulan in the build queue. Longbow being shipped on in as well. The frigate does have 30 range, which is very significant to say the least. Should be able to harass some of these villagers. The town center's range is 40. At these longer ranges, I have no idea how to estimate them. Oh wait, I know how. Is that only 30? I thought 30 is longer than that. That does not seem correct. Either way, I do have an outpost here. The outpost does also have good anti-ship attack. Pocket mines, longbows, more. Oh, got some Kree villagers as well. Very nice. I pulled out what, up to 5 of them. Has 3 out of 5 at the moment. More longbowmen. He may want to get the way of the bow. Gain 26 range. Longbowmen's very nice. He's starting to get overran. Ulan is charging way forward. Musketeers firing away. The Explorer does go down. The Bridge Explorer is still alive. He used Crack Shot. Maybe a Crack Shot onto the War Wagons to pick one of them off could be very useful. Militia down. Another round longbowmen.
Yes.
Has an army of 43 versus an army of 35. War reinforcements pushing way forward. Granted, Ulan's a 2 population and War Wagons a 3 population.
Auftrag?
And now the British players bring in a frigate. So frigate versus frigate, so it could go either way. That caravel did not get any damage on that opposing frigate, if I remember correctly. Goes back on off, having trouble. Ulan's probably didn't close onto the longbows. And he won't be able to deal with the German frigate because there's also this outpost here providing 100 damage per shot, which is greater than 90 base damage.
Ready.
Granted, it does attack slower, but still.
Commandment.
Good volley there by the skirmishers. They have 20 range versus 22 range. More skirmishers being shipped on in. Maybe a mercenary shipment? Doesn't have the coin for it though. The British players now pop cap. Gonna get another round of musketeers. Huh. A British player is at pop capped. That's sort of rare actually, because manners are usually a common sort of boom for the British. Skirmishers do take a bit of damage there. Ulan's advancing, losing a round of longbows. Hanzada has 2 villages inside, so his damage output's not great. Market does go down. And there's a broadside there. Annihilates one of those skirmishers. Broadside down, the British frigate, or the German frigate could advance forward and destroy the British frigate as it's reloading. At least recharging the ability.
Yes.
War wagons been pulling out, more villagers as well. Trade post is now up. You now have the Great Coat being researched, a very fine coat indeed. The British player already has a very fine coat. Wait, 53. It should be only up to like 200 health. How do you get that little bit extra health? What's that shipment or research there, I guess? Faster build time in natives. Oh, here we go. He went. That's what he actually went for. He actually doesn't have the great coat. He actually has the bark clothing, increasing village hit points by 50%. Oh boy! Don't let the French get that upgrade.
Yes.
He does have a couple clubmen over here, keeping an eye on these villagers, preventing a single Ulan's engaging. Longbowmen find a good volley there on the War Wagons, and Musketeers to find a volley. Oh, there goes one, the Ulans. War Falcon It's supposed to be going for the Falcon to engage the skirmishers, which makes sense. More skirmishers, more war wagons, now a log flume. A very fun ride to use in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Another round of musketeers. Is inside. Veteran upgrades on both sides. Longbow may find a volley down the war wagons. You've got a big round of 4 falconets. That will report those skirmishers no problem. And now the British player can start applying pressure to his opponent with that powerful arsenal there. And now the frigates advance way forward. Falconets line up a shot, may find a volley. Half them fire, get a couple good hits. May lose that war wagon there, takes out some of the local doggos. And now you can get 2 stray sheep and lead those sheeple to glory. Barracks are going to be going down. He is the skirmish is being denied. Going for Uhlans, does get a pair of Culverin out, very nice. But he is fighting against 4 falconets, which is quite significant. Uhlans here, push way forward. Finds a volley down to the stable. German player does have 1 shipment available. Has quite a bit of coin, so maybe the Jaegers. He's going for Uhlans. Uhlans breaking on in, hitting the musketeers. Culverins taking some hits on the falconets. 1 falconet does go down. Musketeers may want to be in melee mode and just charge, but he's trying to keep them alive for now. He does get towards a frigate, needs a broadside. Culverins are anti-ship unit doing ×10 versus ships. Frigate taking some hits there, taking 400 damage per shot, so it does go within 5 hits. Oh, packs on up and does unload there. Very good pack up there. But the frigate is severely wounded, and now the German frigates is pursuing, and the British frigate shall go down. No broadside. There's a broadside in return. He may have used a broadside in that previous engagement. Got a round of culverins here, as well as more musketeers. More musketeers being brought on out. And still got a good number of skirmishers as well. Culverins can take off the frigate no problem. British frigate goes down, does not find another shot there, and the German frigate has 50 health remaining. Longbow finds a volley, but it's on Uhlans. Another round of falconets for the British player, but annihilated before they get a single shot off. Culverins taking out the falconets. Oh, that was a big line down. I think the British players will be knocked out. Another round of musketeers, and blue casting GG. It's Anchorage saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And I keep on trying to hit F10 to close out the game. And this is going to be my last replay for tonight. Also, way too sensitive. There you go, much better. Oh, wait, start off an outpost? Start off a saloon. Oh, okay, both sides start out saloons. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another HPRS 3 replay. Well, on the top right side as the red Germans, we have Ungurs. Well, on the bottom left side as the blue Hesua, we have Denden. And on this map, both players start off with their saloons. In this case, for the Hesua, it will be the Watchtower. Doesn't provide a cold trickle, but does provide a defensive capability. So honestly, let me ask everybody in the audience right now. Would you rather have the gold trickle, or would you rather have a defensive outpost to start out with? Who somehow took some hits there. Did the Treasure Guardian eat the tower? By the way, would you rather have a fighting building or gold trickle. I think the gold trickle overall would be better. Better for offense. If you're on defense, the tower is probably better. I mean, it could really go either way. For tonight's map, we do have the Sufi Moss, which give you access to range heavy cavalry, the Quizbalash, which also does count as a lancer as well. And down here, we do have the Jesuits mission, which gave you some conquistadors, a fan favorite from Age of Empires 2. We do have a deck selected for the Hasua. We got a 1v1W. The W means win. We do got Villagers, Hasua Kingdom, Pukula Code, Wood Coin Influence, Fulani Archers, Raiders, Hand Cavalry Damage, Hand Cavalry Hit Points, Palace of Mina, 2 Battle Canoes, which also can train units that are more close to a frigate. I guess it can't collect up resources. Jukuwana, more influence, Semi-Fattened Cow, Livestock Market, Javelin Riders, Fulani Archers, Livid Knights, Photo Tactics, Counter Cavalry Tactics, Fulani Archer Combat, Recruit Zebek, a powerful, agile mercenary warship that fires fast at close range. And I don't know if that consumes population space or not. Banyana, exchange all of your cattle and other cattle, all your sangha and other cattle, so all cows, or influence, and place them with unfattened calves. Gives you 70% of value, but it's just basically free money or free influence. And Jubar Parade, Raiders and Living Knights ride faster and attack now inflicts AoE damage, especially trample mode. And Kola Nut Cultivation. So it'll give you a bit of a wood trickle as well as other resources for your fields. The German player has 1v1 pawns, so some sort of naval deck. A bit more of a pond. While it's very salty water. Settle Wagon, Economic Theory, Settle Wagons, Woodwood Coin, Crossbows, Doppelin Soldiers, Team Cavalry Attack, Caravels, Wood, Skirmishers, Ulans, Cavalry Combat, War Wagons, Frigate, Higher German Black Riders, Higher Hessian Jaegers, Higher Pandurers, Polish Winged Hussars, Heavy Cannons, and Factory. I've noticed as well, this map, the water seems a little bit more blue. Don't know if that's important or anything, as this area is traversable. This area is not traversable, but the mini-map just seems a little bit more, actually, purplish blue. Elephants being corralled towards the town center. We do have the Songhai, which gives them raiders, help engage the Ulans probably, versus the Quartermaster. He also does get a saloon, which also means both sides have access to mercenaries. Not sure if that's going to be important. Oh, looks like we got some Jesuits being employed on the field. And he does not know his opponent has gone for Songhai, but the Jesuits are light cavalry, which means they will be effective versus those raiders. And he will spot the trade post and may soon find the Conquistador shooting at him. He is classified as heavy cav, so the Conquistadors will do bonus damage. They also do a bit of AoE as well. Was that a double shot, or maybe it was just a whiff shot? Either way, the Explorer goes down. You know, quick 45 experience. Jesuits do half damage versus villagers, so do 9 damage per shot against villagers. Not too great. And now, this free watchtower will provide extra defensive capability, because it also does plus 50% damage versus cavalry. So this watchtower is going to be very useful. We've got some Fulani Archers, Jesuits. Conquistadors are classified as light cavalry, not heavy range. Excuse me, not heavy range, so Fulani Archers are a good counter. Guys also get some Ulans here, which will be useful against the Fulani Archers, so a good combination. Ulan Conquistador. And I hear some fishing boats. It is actually German fishing boats, and I just really hate how bad the sound balancing is for fishing boats, because that is literally on the other side of the map, and I can hear the fish. The fishing. Raiders roll. Oh, that's the wrong game. That's StarCraft 2. 6 Conquistadors, 2 Ulans here. More Conquistadors on the build queue. Another pair of Ulans are there, so we've got quite a bit of cavalry here. We've also got some Javelin Riders there, ready to engage Ulans. Let's see, let's compare the Javelin Riders to the Conquistador. Javelin Riders do have the fast attack speed, 10 damage, 160 health, and a bit of range resist. Conquistadors have much higher range resist, has 180 health, 18 damage, at twice a slower attack speed. So overall, Conquistadors have lower DPS, but much higher health. My health itself is actually very similar, but the range resist is 30% versus 10%. That is a big difference. These guys cost 215 versus the Conquistadors 145, so not too terribly more expensive. So Conquistadors overall are pretty comparable to the Javelin Riders. Ulan is charging, hitting those Fulani archers. Conquistadors, a little bit AoE, can be very effective versus those Fulani archers as well, because that one AoE makes a big difference. Of course, his opponent's doing a good job keeping them spread out and on the back line. Allowing the Javelin Runners push forward and engage. Fulani archers do have 17 range, while Conquistadors only have 12 range like the Javelin Riders, so they naturally stay behind the Javelin Riders. Got some canoes now being blown on the field, fishing canoes. Conquistadors falling back, Raiders push way forward, Ulans are here. Raiders do have decent siege damage, and Jesuits do find a decent volley there. Now let's do one volley. AoE effects affected by the damage multipliers? You know, I've never actually thought about that. And now we do have a shipment of battle canoes which up and claim the seas. We do have the Exile Prince being researched for the German. Barracks now take a bit of damage. Javelin Riders are not good at siege, nor Fulani archers. But throw enough fire on it, it will be destroyed. Skirmish now being blown on the field, very useful against the Javelin Riders. And the barracks will go down. He has another barracks back here, going for more skirmishers. He's at pop cap. He's a bit more wood. And pretty much any other resources will. Oh, there's also, I just realized, there's no trade post on this map as well. While the trade posts on the map can be used for Husua, for the honor bringing the natives, or the influence, not natives, it's still, oh wait, he has a brandy. What I'm saying is the university will have trouble finding extra influence not being close to a resource trading post, since people like the resource trading post. Randy does go down. Clearly a good name for a rhinoceros. Randy the Rhinoceros. Jimmy Raiders being blown on the field. Go for more Raiders. More fishing boats going, bringing the shipment of frigates. One frigate. Battle canoes do offer pretty good attack damage and attack speed. The range is a little bit less than frigates, but they offer just higher DPS. They do less damage versus artillery, however. They do siege damage as well, not range damage to match other ships. skirmishers do find the raiders, and vice versa, and so the skirmishers will go down. There's the... Oh, there's the frigate. I'm not sure if that's a good spot or bad spot. The canoes have 80 health, and with all the sound effects going on, my game's starting to get hit by the sound bug. The frigate's literally not doing damage or making any sound. Fishing boats have a good chance of causing the sound bug, in my opinion. Oh, so that's where his army, he packed it up. Very nice. And the frigate goes down, but he does unload his army in time. So was it actually not firing the entire time? Was it literally just packing up and running away? I did not hear the skirmishers there, so there is a sound bug being produced. Sorry about that. Nothing much I can do right now. Conquistadors engaging. They'd be great for those raiders. Raiders are dirt cheap cavalry. And now they're getting pretty stacked up as well, so we'll take a bit of damage. Skirmishers starting to get hit as well. Settler wagons collecting up those elephants. And the trade post does go down to the battle canoes. Red's starting to fall back. Stable there. Church there. And now we do have the veteran Uhlans research and the very fine coat being researched as well. More Uhlans. Gem of coin, and now going for the fishing canoe. The Hisua player is still at age 2, but the coin shipment could get him to age 3. Not sure if it's worth it to, what's it, age up the Jesuits when there's already Jesuits in the field. Granary going on up. There's plenty of berries there to collect on up. And now he's aging up with the Hisua. Oh wait, no, the Jesuits are Ethiopian, not Hisua. My bad. Also treasure there. He can get some poison sea urchins for 25 experience. If I had experience to get poisoned by them. Wait, is poison sea urchins more of a SpongeBob thing? Are sea urchins even poisonous? Or are they just... Damn. I should just shut up now. Timbuktu being researched. Timbuktu, Kathmandu, and Kalamazoo are all real places. My dad was actually stationed at Kathmandu for a time frame, and was in his base got buried in snow, and the only thing he could do was drink the medical grade alcohol with his buddies. Because back then, in the 70s, late 70s, medical grade alcohol was drinkable. Uhlans do go down. Got a decent force here. The German player is at 103 population. The Hisua is at 86, so the German player has more units in the field, as well as more villagers, including settler wagons. These villagers about ready to get hit pretty hard. Doesn't realize it because he was not attacking immediately, and now all these villagers can gun down. And Jesuit's getting some decent AoE as well. That was a good number of villagers down. He's down to 29. Got some various veteran research, or elite research, I should say. Skirmishers pushing forward. We'll find some raiders. Jesuits getting some hits on those raiders. Uhlans getting hit as well. Veteran Uhlan does take some damage. You now have these battle canoes pushing forward. They're both wounded, about half health. He can always pull them back to the dock to get healed on up, but he may just keep them there to hit the reinforcements. Their range reaches about that far, which is not too great. Going for some Gearots here. And Gearots heal boats. You know, I've never tried healing boats of priests. It would not surprise me if it does work, but also would not surprise me if it does not work.
Alright.
More units being pulled on in. Does a decent amount of Jesuits, but that is all the Jesuits he will be able to obtain. He has no more missionary. Castle gains some damage on in. Battle canoes firing away. Some of these villagers need to get into town center. That's inside the castle there. The watchtower is also finding some fire support as well. Getting some good shots there. Flying archers push way forward. Yoras tuning the horns. Cavalry damage now being researched for the German player, as well as villagers. Uhlans pushing the way forward. Nine surround the Fulani archers. Got a good number of javelin riders here to engage those Uhlans. Uhlans trying to engage the javelin riders. Not a great spot for them, but looks like the javelin riders are largely getting overran by the skirmishers on the Uhlans push way forward. Uhlans are starting to disintegrate, but so are the javelin riders. More javelin riders now on the field. It looks like all the Uhlans do go down, just leaving good numbers of Fulani archers, but not enough probably to engage all of these skirmishers. 23 versus about 14. 10 damage, twice attack speed, 18 damage. I suppose they technically have higher DPS, but their health is not as great. And numbers as well. Battle canoes, let's get a couple more shots there. Falconets may just want to take time to clean up these ships. So got one of the ships there. They do times 3 damage versus ships. He also has access to his raiders. More Fulani archers to blow it on out. And now it's going for the German Black Riders, which are light cavalry. Which may not actually be that great of an idea. I think the Jaegers would be better. Jaegers, of course, will offer better actual bonus damage versus Javelin Riders, as well as able to reasonably hit the Fulani Archers, while the German Black Riders will be countered by the Fulani Archers, and not necessarily good versus Javelin Riders. No bonus damage, just more like peer-to-peer. Maybe the higher Panduras, which could be decent as well. Counter Skirmisher, actually, yeah, he actually should have gone for the Panduras. They're a counter skirmisher, which would be good against the Fulani Archers, since they actually do bonus damage versus light infantry. He should have gone for the Panduras. So yeah, Jaegers or the Panduras would have been much better than the Black Riders. Emir is now trying to stab that villager.
Yeah.
Well, she is being successful at stabbing the villager. Just need to do it repeatedly. Ah, the explorer's named, or the Emir is called Buff Hasua, please. And now the explorer is taking some, or the Emir does take some severe damage. There's the Black Riders. Black Riders are do 46 damage. Has 150 health and good melee resist. In comparison to, say, the Dragoon right there. Oh no, that's Conquistador. They do 25. Another Songhai raid. Only have some caravels. Oh, over here we do have caravels engaged in the fishing boats, trying to hit his opponent's economy. Very nice. His house does go down, putting the German player at pop cap. Blue's army is going to be cut off from space relatively soon. We'll be fighting against some Falconets. There's a good number of Raiders here, so those Black Riders will be effective versus those Raiders. Flying Archers got hit there pretty hard. Maybe with the Black Riders just to engage those Raiders because he doesn't have more Conquistadors. He's not been producing any War Wagons, so maybe that's why. Maybe I'm sort of mistaken about the mercenary choice. His argument now, I'm realizing it's more of an argument now for the Black Riders. Because he simply is not building any other light cavalry. Good number of those villagers going down, even out the villager queue. Caravel engaging some villagers, but the battle canoes push way forward. One's fresh, one's not so fresh. Those armies moving around. Do of course have an outpost here. Now got the Lithin Knights being pulled on the field. Another heavy cav. Wait, I believe it's technically classified as a Lancer. Current players down to 48 villagers. The Hazu's at 46, so overall the villager numbers are very even now. Ulans push their way forward. There's a number of raiders here. Got a big conflict here. Does get hit there on the Fulani Archers there with the Falconets. But they're starting to run out a bit of targets there. Black Riders engaging the various raiders. Good amount of hits there. Blue's trying to fall back. The last of the caravels and or fishing boats down there got cleaned on up. We still got an outpost here to provide some fire support against the ships. Foundry still here, going for the Jaegers. The Fulani Archers are taking some damage from those skirmishers. Got a good number of villagers here collecting up this coin. He's starting to steal coin on his opponent's side of the map. More Ulans. Skirmishers now being pulled on in. This one is now running a little bit low on the Javelin Riders. It only has 2 on the field. So the Ulans can be very useful right now. Living Knights, and for their stats, looks like this. They offer pretty decent health, mixed resistance, and overall just a little bit less damage than the standard Hussar. Got her gear out there. Good setter step there. More of the Ulans push forward. Bojnik inside of the into the outpost. And does get congested right there. Just so the war wagons are blocking some of those units from retreating, so he's taking some of them out because of that. And Blue is taking some severe damage, and Blue does back of the game now. That's Angrade saying, "Take question," and on to the next replay. And that is my last replay I have available. So, my apologies, that shall be the end of the stream. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest. Enjoy.